Hello, everyone. Welcome, team. We're so excited to have Ashley Doddridge with us, who is a senior executive director. Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
Ashley was one of the ladies who I earned the Palm Springs retreat that I had, and it was so fun hanging out and getting to know her better. And so I asked her to hop on and kind of share her journey. And she's going to be sharing 3 things that helped her grow a successful business. Ashley is such a hard worker, you guys. And so I can't wait to hear these 3 tips. But first, Ashley, will you kind of share your Color Street journey of, how and why you started?
Sure. And I also want to say, yes, the retreat was amazing. Everybody needs to put that on their vision board to earn one of Kelly's retreats because they're amazing.
Heck yes.
So my Color Street journey, I had never been in direct sales before. This is my very first rodeo. And to be completely honest, I kind of had a negative mindset towards direct sales. I had never hosted a party. I had never really bought products from people. Mainly because everything that I had been introduced to was really expensive and out of my budget. Mm-hmm. And then the people I had come across, we all know those people, like spammy, messaged me out of the blue, and it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But in March of 2018, I was actually trying to stop biting my nails that had been like a lifelong habit. And my enroller, Beth Kairos, had sent me a sample. And so first of all, I didn't read the directions. I ripped it. I was like, I don't know what these things are that she raves about. But she being the good saleswoman she is, she was like, just try a full set. Like, I promise if you try a full set, you'll love it. So I did. And then because I'm thrifty, I did the buy 3, get 1 free, because don't we all? Right. And sure enough, I loved them, and they were helping me to grow out my nails. So I thought, okay, I'm clearly going to keep buying this product. 2 weeks later, which is why I kind of feel like I always say this business walked into my life exactly when I needed it. But 2 weeks after I tried my sample, my dog was diagnosed with heart disease, which anyone that's heard my story knows, he's a huge part of my journey. So we found ourselves in $2,000 worth of credit card debt, trying to figure out what was wrong with him. Another $300 worth of medications that he was going to have to be on every month. And I was currently staying at home with my 18-month-old and my 3-month-old, and I wasn't ready to go back to teaching. So, at first I thought, I'm going to have to go back. It's my only option. And then I literally was just sitting, looking at my nails, and I'm like, I wonder if I could make $300 selling these. So, I jumped in, I gave it a try. I figured I'm just going to work as hard as I can and see if I can do it, see if I can continue staying home. Because that was my goal. And, the rest is kind of history.
Yeah. And look how far you've come. And I love that your dog was kind of, you turned that struggle into something good. Yeah. And
I never would have done this had it not been, I needed a way to make money, and I saw this as a way that I could make money. So
yeah, and you're doing so well. So tell us, you've had a lot of success with this. And so tell us what some of those 3 tips are for, that have gotten you to where you are today, Ashley.
So, I really believe that everything you need to be successful in this business is given to us for free. Like you don't have to go out there and seek out expensive trainings or anything, because like literally everything I do to run my business, I have learned from someone else. You know, whether it's from the Tuesday trainings, we didn't even have Connect the Dots when I started. But, you know, Connect the Dots, the team trainings, I would watch them all. And I mean, like binge watch. As a new stylist, I remember like staying up until 1:30 in the morning, like a lot of nights, just trying to watch as much as I could, because I'm like, okay, she's seen success. What is she doing? She's seen success. What is she doing? And I read a statistic the other day that like blew my mind, but it said only 5% of people apply what they learn and watch. And that was crazy to me, because I talked to a lot of people and they're like, oh, I watch all the Connect the Dots. I watch all the Tuesday trainings. But it's like, are you finding something that you can take away and apply it right then and there, you know, and don't just try it once, because, you know, I did a Black Friday sale in my VIP group, and I had tried this sale before and I had only sold about 15, 20 sets, and it was the pay the time sale. And I think we saw that in your team page. It was a training I watched. I very easily could have said, oh, I tried it once. I only sold 15 to 20. I'm never going to do it again. But I was like, okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to do some things differently. And I sold $651 on Black Friday. So
boom,
you know, like you just got to keep trying things and implement the things you learn.
Right. More than one times. Cause yeah, I feel like the first time you do anything, you're going to suck. Right.
Right.
Like you start, because you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. It takes a while, like takes a lot longer to figure out.
Right.
And then the second time you're starting to get the feel for it. And then third time you really can like tweak it and be like, how can I make this better? You know?
Yeah. Totally. And make it your own. Yeah, exactly.
And I love, Ashley, that you know, success leaves clues, right? And so you are just following these people, like watching these trainings, watching things like we're doing right now of what other people have had success with. And then the key was applying it, being in that 5%. Hopefully we can all strive to be in that 5%, right? Because that's the hard part. You can read all the personal development books in the world. You can watch all the trainings in the world, but if you're not doing any of it, you're wasting your time, kind of.
Right. Exactly.
Love that.
So the second thing I had was to set small achievable goals. So from day one, I've either had a whiteboard or sticky notes on my fridge. You know, it kind of rotates depending on what year and month, but I always have a PV goal written down. I always have an enrolling goal for every month, and I always have a party goal written for every month. And it's always somewhere that I can see it every single day. You know, and it doesn't matter, like, even if you are just in this business for, you know, free nails and a discount, I still think it's so important to have a goal to shoot for. You know, like if it's a, you know, $300 party so that you can get $45 in free nails every month, whatever the goal is, it gives you something to shoot for. Because I feel like if you don't have your goals written down, what are you running towards? And when you hit it, then you have to increase it, you know? And that was the thing for me is, you know, when I joined, my goal was to make $300 a month. I watched a training that talked about, you know, how if you book 8 parties, you can hit the 2,400. So I was like, okay, I'm going to see if I can do that. And my first full month, I was able to make over $900. So literally from 6 weeks into the business, I was like, okay, where do I go from here? Clearly I can hit 300. Let's shoot for higher. Let's do a little more. And I just kept trying, like, you know, even if it was like $10, I would just try to beat my PV every single month, you know,
I love
and just
that.
keep setting those higher goals.
So you're like PRing your PV. It's like,
Right.
You're trying to beat your own. When I ran cross country in high school, we used to always try to beat our PR, which is your personal record.
Right.
And so you're kind of like trying to beat your personal record and always have something that you're working, like a specific number that you're working towards.
Yeah. Like right now on my fridge, I literally have a sticky note that says, I will earn Riviera Maya. And so I look at it every single day when I open my fridge to remind myself I will do it.
Yeah.
And it just helps. It helps on those hard days. It helps on the days where you're struggling to book a party. It helps keep you focused.
Yeah, totally. And speaking of like the trips, like the Riviera Maya, like that has always been one of my goals. I'm very motivated by fun and experiences like that. And so that's been, breaking down those trips into, okay, how much does that mean, that I need to sell per month, and focusing on that so that it's not, like you said, they're small goals. It's not like you're trying to eat the giant, big foot long sandwich. You just taking it one bite at a time. And clearly it has worked, Ashley, because you have an incredible team. You have hit a really high rank, and
and we just hit 10 million yesterday.
No way. That's so awesome. Oh my word. 10 million in group volume. Wow. Amazing. And you've earned a lot of the trips. Have you earned all the trips?
I've earned all the trips.
That's what I thought. My
goal is to earn Riviera Maya by midnight. We'll see if it happens. I still have some work to do today, but
love it.
I'm going to hustle till I can't hustle.
Yes, girl. Yes. Okay. Such good tips. I love it so much. That's so important to just really, I think there's something powerful in writing anything down, but especially your goals, and then seeing them every day. Super smart. Love that you have it on your fridge. Every one of us needs to right now. In fact, I'm going to put a challenge. I love to challenge you guys. I'm going to give you all a challenge to write your December PV and recruiting goals on a Post-it note, right? Like ace in the next hour, and put it on the fridge. So in the next hour of watching this video, put it on the fridge so that you have it to see it, and it will remind you every day what you're working towards. Because guess what? December gets crazy, and it's easy to lose focus of what you're, where, like you were saying, it's like you need a map for where you want to go, right? But if you don't know where you want to go, then you're just driving around aimlessly.
Right. And front load your December. Don't take half the month off unless you're going to do twice the work in the first 2 weeks, which is always my goal. I don't do less work. I just do twice the work in the first 2 weeks so that I can enjoy the rest of the month with family.
That's great advice for December and for every month, honestly. Like, I feel like that's why I'm always encouraging our team. BQ in 2, like BQ those first 2 weeks or first 2 days if you really want, is then anything else is like a bonus, right?
Right.
Yeah, I love that, Ashley. Okay, what else do you have for us? What's that third tip?
So the last thing, honestly, is mindset, which I know we hear over and over and over. But it's really true. I was one of those people that when I looked at the daily Ps, my first 3 months as a stylist, that was the one I wouldn't do because I didn't think it would really make that much of an impact on my business.
Right.
And then July, the cruise was announced.
Yeah.
And so I had set my sights on, like, I had no desire to enroll. But when that cruise was announced, and I don't even like boats, so I don't know why I wanted to earn it so bad. But I was like, okay, I need to figure out this enrolling thing. I need to figure out how to get to director. And I looked at, again, everybody else. What is everyone that is seeing success doing that I'm not? And the answer was personal development. And so July of 2018, I started doing it 10 minutes a day. And I mean, not only did it change my business, but I really feel like it changed me as a person. like, I just don't let the negativity get to me. I try to stay in that positive frame of mind.
Mhm.
Obviously we all have bad days.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not going to pretend like we don't, but, you know, it's like, I can have a hard month. I can, you know, have, you know, a disappointment or not meet a goal. And I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to ask myself, you know, what can I do differently? How can I pivot? How can I figure this out? What could I be doing that I'm not? You know, because like, I'm in it for the long haul. I will be here as long as Color Street is here. So
Amen.
I think it helps a lot.
I love that. I mean, you just said, like, I think it's easy in business to take things personally, right? And especially if we're not listening to personal development, we're not developing our person ourselves, then we take them personally. And what I've learned in business is that, you know, most of it is not personal. And so you just get curious and like, be like, that party flopped. How could I do it better? Instead of that party flopped, so therefore I suck as a stylist, or therefore why am I even doing this? Or I'm an imposter, or, you know, all my customers hate me, or whatever. Like, instead of having those like negative thoughts, you just get curious and don't take it personally, and just be like, how can I make this better? What can I do better next time? Like, why didn't that work? And how could I tweak it just a little to make those small changes that are going to move the needle?
Right.
So yeah, like, that's the power of personal development. I totally agree. Like, I can tell when I don't do it, you know, if I don't do like my 10 minutes a day in that day, it's a different day than when I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's so powerful. So if you guys are like, what is the missing link? I'm doing all the things, but you're not doing personal development. That might be the thing, like Ashley said, you know, the thing that was missing in her business that really like elevated it and took it to the next level. And I love that you kind of brought this up last, because I think it's so easy to be like, I'm doing all the things. But, you know, I feel like your vibe attracts your tribe. Did I say that?
Yes. Yeah.
And people are attracted to positive people. So you're going to get more customers. You're going to get more people that are wanting to join your team. You're going to have less drama in your life when you're focusing on the good and on what you want. Something I've been thinking about a lot is it's really easy to focus on what you don't want and like worry about what you don't want. I don't want, you know, I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. And we're focusing too much. We're spending too much time with our thoughts on the wrong things, on what we don't want. So of course, whatever you focus on expands. But if we focus on the good things that we want, the good things.
Well, and really focusing on like how you're talking to yourself, because I hear it so much, like, I can't book a party. I can't enroll. Well, yeah. When you say you can't, then you can't. But if you say like, I will, or I will try, or, you know, change how you're talking to yourself, because I mean, fact of the matter is, if you ask enough people, you're going to book a party. Like, you can, you know, and it's, you know, the belief in yourself and how you talk to yourself and the thoughts that you put in your mind.
Yes. I'm all about, you know, positive self-talk and like drop kicking your inner mean girl. Cause you know, you're always going to have, like, it is a human thing to have that negative voice in your head, to have that inner critic. And we have to learn, I'm trying to teach my kids this, like to self-coach and self-parent ourselves, to like be nice to ourselves and be like, okay, that didn't work out. And instead of, like I was saying, getting all butthurt about it and taking it personally, we can say, oh, you know what? I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to tweak it this way, or I'll do it better next time. Or, you know, or like, maybe I didn't ask enough people, like really taking responsibility for your life and not playing the victim. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent because, you know, I'm so passionate about this, but it's so easy to go into like victim mode and be like, oh, it's because it's because of them. It's because of this. It's because, well, you can't control all those people. You know, we can't control other people. We can't control circumstances often, but we can't control us, and we can't control what we do and what we think. So it's powerful. And I love that you brought this up, Ashley.
Yeah. Well, it helps.
Clearly it has helped so
Just
much.
sharing the truth.
So much. Okay. So, any other thoughts before we wrap it up, Ashley?
No, I think that's all I got. Just, stay focused on your goals. I always say you can have hard months and, but like, don't adjust the goal. Your goal is your goal. You might have to work harder some months than others, but don't adjust the goal just because you have to work harder to get there. And that's like my best advice. Like, you're going to have months where it's harder to enroll. You're going to have months where it's harder to get a party. That doesn't necessarily mean to cut your party goal in half, cut your sales goal in half. It just means you might have to do more reach outs that month. You might have to follow up more. You might have to watch a few more trainings, try some new things. Like, you might just have to work a little bit harder, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love it, Ashley. Okay. So everyone, let's be part of that 5% and like apply one thing from this, whether it's writing on a Post-it note, your PV goal for December, your enrolling goal for December, or reading some personal development today, not tomorrow, today. Or listening to a training that you've been meaning to listen to. Try one or all three of those things. And it's those little things. It's really those little things, right, Ashley, that are going to make a big difference in your life. That is what I think you have been such a good example of. It's those little daily consistent actions that make all the big difference. So that's my challenge to you. Thank you so much, Ashley. These were incredible tips. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.